For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
On the back of the announcement at the celebration of football, PowerP will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, which will see 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would the kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents and supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up and actually take on the team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with PowerP, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given the professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG.
Imagine storing energy now and using it later. Travelling time zones without the dirty footprints. Imagine being remote but never far away, or having lights that safely guide you home. Imagine communities run by the sun, but did you know it's already begun? We're connecting South Australians to an energy future we can all be proud of. So imagine the power of possibility.
Welcome to Adelaide City Park, round 18 of the Apex Steel WNPLSA is set to kick off in a couple of minutes' time. Final round of the season and a full night of football happening all across Adelaide. All 5 games, of course, are happening up at FSA Leagues on YouTube. Let's talk a little bit more about this fixture that's about to go down in front of us, though. Well, for the home side, unfortunately, fate is already decided. Adelaide City will be relegated. And in years to come, a proud club will probably look back at this being a little bit of a dark spot on their record, having previously been a powerhouse in the women's game. But although they can't climb the ladder, pride will be on the line against the reigning champions of last year. And I'm sure they'd love to spoil Salisbury Inter tonight. Let's talk a little bit more about the visitors. They just about stitched up third spot on the ladder. The maths does say that they're not secure in third, but it'd take a small miracle from Metro United to get a really big win in order for them to leapfrog Salisbury Inter. But the number 3 might be a little bit lucky for them because, fun fact, last year they finished in number 3 before going on to win the Women's National Premier League South Australia title. So, is 3 lucky for them? Well, we'll find out. Looks like the players are getting ready to enter the field. Our officials tonight, the referee Luca Castello, assisted by Cameron Joy and Joshua Farrell. Let's have a look at the 2 lineups. 2 changes for Adelaide City. Same as last week, Abby Lucas will be lining up in goals. Wearing the number 7 is Valeria Forbes. Alison Atkins returns wearing the number 10. Sophie Lusinski wearing the number 13. Chrissy Zikos wearing the 14. Bianca Gray, the captain, wearing the number 15. Vicky Juma, the goal scorer from last week, wearing the number 16. Brooke Gilchrist started last week's game on the bench. She's part of the starting 11 today. Michaela Vidmar is wearing the 21. Florence Russell wearing the number 24. And Merve Ipasu is the number 26. So the 2 changes for them are Jessica Signorello, former Interplayer, interestingly. She starts on the bench tonight. And Kate Seaton, unfortunately, she only played for around 6 minutes last week before coming off. And since last week, we found out that she has suffered a season-ending ACL injury. So we do wish her all the best, but she will not feature in this last round of the season. On the side of the visitors, 4 changes for Salisbury Inter. Not surprising given their finals berth is confirmed and likely their final spot on the ladder as well. So they've rested a couple of their players and a few of last year's grand final players too. But for them today, Matilda Comley will be wearing the number 1. Lexi Knox in the number 4. Number 5 is Hannah Friet. Zoe Toland in the number 7. Number 10, Selena Cravo. Number 12, Chantel Ryder. Number 18, Jasmine Stiles. Number 20 is Erin Hood. Number 21, Georgia Box. Number 24, Haruna Sigihara. Number 29, Telly Grombol. So the changes that they have made is Telly Grombol starting on today and also Selena Cravo. Erin Hood also is another player that's gone up from the bench to start today. And there's one player I've missed, so I apologise for that. May only be the 3 changes. Emily Condon is on the bench tonight. Gabriella DeMarco is on the bench too. There's your 4th player, so she won't be featuring in the starting 11. Former City player. Mina Nishitani is also on the bench, as is Angela Mills. They both started last week, so... Simon Jimenez, commentator, with you tonight. Pretty modest crowd at Adelaide City, although there's still a couple of people making their way in. Of course, as I said earlier, plenty of games happening around Adelaide tonight, and a lot of them with more dramatic ladder implications than this one tonight. Let's talk a little bit about the ladder. As it stands at the moment, West Adelaide are first. That will not change because they've already claimed their premiership for this year. Adelaide Comets are currently in second spot, and they will stay there. Salisbury Inter, as we said, it'd take a small miracle for them to drop out of third. Metro United in fourth spot. Campbelltown in number 5. West Torrens-Bacalla in number 6. Football SA in number 7. Flinders United in 8th spot. Number 9, Adelaide Uni, and number 10 rather, on 7 points is what I meant to say. This home side, Adelaide City. So I guess the key battle tonight, well, I'll talk about the teams that are involved in the biggest battle, which is for that final 5th spot. Campbelltown City, who have a big task ahead of them against West Adelaide. If West Adelaide win, they'll go undefeated for the season. If Campbelltown win, they'll pull off a massive upset and also secure that 5th final spot. And that will also complete a bit of a storybook season for them, where they came from, at one point, being in last place to securing a finals berth. However, West Torrens-Bacalla is still in with a sniff to claim that spot, as is Football SA. West Torrens-Bacalla hosts Adelaide Comets tonight at home. Second place Adelaide Comets, so they'll be going in as the underdogs. Adelaide Uni are hosting Football SA, so Uni second to bottom spot. That means that they will play off to try keep their position in the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia. So you suspect that is a winnable fixture for Football SA. Although Football SA, surprisingly, their form hasn't been great as of late. In fact, they've lost the last 4 weeks in a row. About to get kickoff happening and action underway at Adelaide City Park. Tonight, Salisbury Inter in the light green kit. The visitors will be kicking from right to left, the home side from left to right of your screen. And we're underway. Free up, picking out Jasmine Stiles in the middle. Looks like Valeria Forbes has taken the frontmost position for the home side. And an early attack here for Salisbury Inter, last year's champions. Pulled off a bit of an upset against West Adelaide. Adelaide City on the counter. Dispossessed though. Vicky Juma with some early involvement. She has got Forbes there in the middle to receive. Should she offload it? No, decides to try to do it on her own. Finds Brooke Gilchrist, but the ball just glides past it. Georgia Box with the chance to lead a counter for Salisbury Inter. Just under a little bit of pressure there though. Good job in the end for Adelaide City to clear the ball from danger. Gilchrist picks out Forbes. Jim was calling for it and Forbes was in the middle, but doesn't get to either of them. What can Salisbury Inter do here? Dangerous moment early. Haruna Sugihara not able to get onto it. She would have loved to add to her tally of 8 goals so far this year. Angela Mills, the top goal scorer for Salisbury Inter, starting on the bench tonight, 9. Adelaide City went down 1-0 last week, thanks to Vicky Juma scoring in the 67th to equalise, but unfortunately they only held that game at a draw for less than a minute because Campbelltown struck Marina Asada with her second to put the home side back in front, and there were some scenes at Campbelltown after as well. The home side were very excited with the fact that they'd landed themselves in that 5th spot, that final spot, but like I said, there is a chance that they may lose that tonight. A huge task ahead of Campbelltown against the undefeated West Adelaide. Then on the flip side, though, West Adelaide would love to go through 2025 with an undefeated season, but who knows? Maybe they will elect to rest a couple of players, which might leave a bit of a opening for Campbelltown City to exploit. Inter on the attack again, but Pasu applying the pressure. Adelaide City clear and managed to find the target, but ends up going over the sideline. Chance for Adelaide City's players tonight to play to salvage a little bit of pride. It's an unfamiliar position for Adelaide City to have, I guess, such an unsuccessful successful season for the women's side. There was times over the last decade where Adelaide City have been both a powerhouse in the men's and women's, but shows how competitive it is, that focus that you have to keep on that to keep both your programs up at those lofty heights. Vicky Juma in a bit of a foot race, but the whistle goes. It's offside. Unfortunately for Adelaide City, they'll have to rebuild next year. Sometimes it does end up being a bit of a silver lining. Forced to reassess your program and build once again. I'm sure they probably will lose players to other teams that are capable of playing at NPL level. So a chance as well for players to really impress tonight. Just struggling to build it up from the back in that instance, Adelaide City. And you can see straight away Salisbury Inter just looking like they've got a little bit more quality on the ball, utilising Matilda Comley, their captain and previous cup winner, also part of the NPLSA All-Star team at the season's conclusion last year. City managed to get some possession there, but still a little bit of a scramble just to reorganise quickly. Can they do it here, though? No, but they'll be content with finding the sideline. Of course, tonight we thank our partners, Apex Steel, official naming rights partner of the Apex Steel WNPLSA. Lexi Knox just manages to keep it in. Like she did get it past Vicky Juma, but Juma came back for it. Here's a moment for Salisbury Inter. And only takes 6 minutes or so for Salisbury Inter to get on the score sheet. Haruna Sugihara finding the back of the net in the 6th minute. And with that, she's become the equal top goal scorer for Salisbury Inter this year. So Salisbury Inter getting the early advantage. Can Adelaide City respond? Selena Cravo just getting squeezed and the pressure continues. It's a nice little ball to find a couple of recipients in the middle, but still under a little bit of pressure here, Adelaide City. Michaela Vidmar looked to call for it, but I thought that went out, but it has stayed in. Now Matilda Cromley's feet. Picks out Georgia Box in the middle. Looks like there has been a shirt swap for Salisbury Inter. Sometimes happens when they're wearing the away shirts. Number 12, Chantel Ryder, getting involved in centre back. Free up. Finds Ryder wearing the captain's armband tonight. Zoe Toland, the 92nd minute goal scorer in last year's grand final. They managed to advance it and they win a throwing from an advanced position for their troubles. Nice cross in. Doesn't quite manage to find its way to Sugihara. And Adelaide City trying to clear it out again, but still just looking a little bit shaky in possession. And some good pressure from Selena Cravo. Quick score check in the other games, and it looks like Metro United are off to a bit of a fly up. Already up 2-0 against Flinders United. Just 6 minutes in. 2nd minute goal and a 7th minute goal as well. So great start for Metro United, and things already looking a little bit shaky for Flinders. There was no chance of Flinders making that top 5, but still you always want to finish the season strong. That one possibly just slightly misjudged from Juma. SA Power Networks empowering women's football, and the REA proud supporters of Football South Australia. If you love the game, why not study it? Flinders University now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work and more at its new city campus. You can apply now for mid-year entry. At conclusion of this game, we'll be selecting the power player of the match, proudly supported by SA Power Networks, for the player that makes the greatest impact tonight. One goal for Haruna Sugihara and equaling her tally as the top goal scorer for Salisbury Inter. She may very well further add to that tally tonight. Possibly puts her as a little bit of a shoe-in, but the way Salisbury Inter are just distributing the ball at the moment, as I just apply to the commentator's curse that last ball, pretty impressive. And Adelaide City just struggling to build momentum a little bit. But unfortunately, that just is in line with what has been the case this season. Another goal elsewhere, and Adelaide Uni have actually gone up 1-0 against the FSA NTC program. So the 9th minute goal for Adelaide Uni. And FSA are one of the teams that are chasing that 5th spot on the ladder. So they've already hit a little bit of a snag in that pursuit. Here is Salisbury Inter advancing. Well cut off by Michaela Vidmar to deny Sugihara to receive that cross. Nice ball to find Forbes. She doesn't get that next touch on it though on play to Juma. Juma will receive this now though in a bit of a foot race, and she's got the pace. And that ball in the end, just unconvincing. Salisbury Inter bench just giving some instructions. Weren't happy with the fact that Adelaide City were able to break forward in that one. Comley did a good job to track back to the line there, but I don't think that delivery from Juma would have challenged her too much anyway. That right-hand side certainly been favoured by Salisbury Inter early on. Hannah Freer Kicks an option in Lexi Knox. Capable on the ball, although that last touch wasn't the best. Little half attempt from Sugihara again. Well, Salisbury Inter certainly looking the team that's in control at the moment, but let's check in with one of the other games. Campbelltown City need a win tonight to secure their 5th position on the ladder. We'll come back to that in a moment, though. Or maybe we'll come back to it right now because the flag's just gone up to deny Adelaide City that opportunity. So Campbelltown chasing that 5th spot on the ladder. And a tall task ahead of them against West Adelaide, the favourites and the team that are looking to make it a perfect season. No losses. But West Adelaide have already gone up 1-0 at home. So Campbelltown, another team that's facing a little bit of an uphill battle at the moment. So as of the most recent score check, West Torrens-Bacalla looks the favourite to claim that 5th spot on the ladder. As that goes out, and it'll be a Salisbury Inter throw in. Let's confirm my earlier theory. I can tell you, still 0-0 at West Torrens-Bacalla at Jack Smith Park against Adelaide Comets. Adelaide Comets in 2nd spot, so that'll be a tough task to survive the next 75 minutes or so against them. But so far, it looks like West Torrens-Bacalla will be favourite to claim that 5th spot. But stay tuned, that may very well change. Lexi Knox just being denied. Salisbury Inter, by putting themselves a goal up, they've earned the right to be a little bit patient. Unfortunately for Adelaide City, they seem to be doing a lot of defending. Comley. Right up. Freer. That little flick from Sugihara, just a little bit too cute. Cravo just battling in the middle. Nice little ball for Adelaide City to pick out the option. There's options to the left, but they decided to try find Vicky Juma, but the ball not quite good enough to get there. Gilchrist spilling that one. Ryder doing a little bit of sweeping up. And Gromball. She launched the cross, but didn't find its way into the middle. Gromball. Gromball was a late appearance in last year's grand final. Came on in the 76th minute. Abby Lucas will clear. Atkins forced to clear it in a bit of a panic now. Looks like the Adelaide City keeper and Abby Lucas is getting a little bit of attention. Luca Costello has just called on the Adelaide City trainer, and his team's just taking a moment to get a little bit of instruction. Still 1-0 at West Adelaide, where they're leading Campbelltown. In terms of the other games, Adelaide Uni still leading FSA. Flinders United have got one back against Metro United, so managing to get one back in the 14th minute. And West Torrens, Bacalla and Comets all tied up. All the games tonight with an 8 o'clock kickoff. So no doubt some of the sides will be checking in with the other games that are happening around the place, particularly if you're in the Campbelltown, West Torrens, Bacalla or Football SA camp, as they scurry to get that 5th spot on the ladder. As I said before, 0-0 for West Torrens, Bacalla. Puts them in a decent position, but just having a bit of a look at the ladder in greater detail now. A draw for West Torrens, Bacalla, and only picking up 1 point. In terms of how the other games are looking at the moment, will only equal their points against Campbelltown. So if Campbelltown lose, the West Torrens, Bacalla only managed to hold on for the draw. The goal difference is still too great. So West Torrens, Bacalla will need an outright win. It won't be enough to hold a clean sheet against Adelaide Comets. Meanwhile, Football SA currently on 21 points. A draw won't be enough for them either, but a win will see them leapfrog Campbelltown on 24 points if Campbelltown don't manage to take anything away from this game. And to add to that, if Campbelltown get a draw tonight and Football SA get a win, Football SA will still likely get that 5th spot due to the goal difference. Back underway. "19 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportable scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Cleared by Bianca Gray. Home side defending that end with the 52 Socceroos sign in the background that you may occasionally be getting a bit of a glimpse of behind the goals. You can see the banner that displays their NPL championships at the moment. Of course, their national titles as well from the old NSL days. Adelaide City, one of the powerhouses of South Australian football and even in national football at one point. Hugely proud of their heritage. No doubt when Adelaide City return for their 2026 campaign in the Apex Steel Women's State League, they'll be looking to reclaim their rightful place at the summit of women's football in the state. And although that's already decided, they still got to get through tonight first. That's a nice little flick to find Sugihara. Crosses on. Really close opportunity for Jasmine Stiles. One of the starters in last year's grand final. Great job as well by Sugihara to put the ball in her path. In the end, the aim just letting her down a little bit. How they would have loved to put themselves 2-0 up in the 21st minute. The reigning champions, Salisbury Inter. The story continues for Adelaide City, just looking a little bit shaky out the back and forced into panic clearances. Well, a little bit more news from elsewhere. West Adelaide have put themselves another one up, currently leading Campbelltown 2-0. So Campbelltown's spot in 5th on the ladder looks further in jeopardy at the moment. Although, admittedly, not too much because West Torrens Bacalla still 0-0, and we know 1 point's not enough, and FSA currently trailing Adelaide Uni still. Valeria Forbes just beaten to the ball by Matilda Comley. And it looks like Comley came off from that one second best. Brave to come well out of goal to put that one out. She takes a nice hefty knock, but she's taken it in good spirits as she gets back on with it. Lexi Knox just goes via Chrissy Zikos to put it out.
Protect your goal. Where are you going? Protect your goal. We haven't got it in a good area. It's the throw. Protect your goal.
Another throw in for Salisbury Inter, the 4-time goal scorer this season. Lexi Knox will take it to the equal top goal scorer in Haruna Sugihara, thanks to her 6th minute goal. Ryder takes this short option to Hannah Free, although she's picked out a player in space on the opposite side. And as I said earlier, I don't predict that Salisbury Inter will be in any hurry. Adelaide City haven't done a great deal of attacking and they're looking a little shaky out back. So you get the feeling that if they are patient, they could be rewarded. And the fact that they are already in the lead, they don't have to be chasing anything too hard as they win another throw in from an advanced position. Adelaide City have not won since, I believe it was round 2 this year. Season they'd rather forget, with that just that one win and 4 draws. Their last time they took a point was against Football SA back on the 28th of June in round 13.
Great idea, Jan. Super idea. Well done.
In that instance, it was Brooke Gilchrist that scored in the 33rd minute. She's currently sitting on 2 goals, her total for this year. And in terms of goal scorers, we can shout out one person who's been absolutely outstanding, and I don't get the impression that she'll be denied that title of top goal scorer tonight. She's on 25 ahead of her second closest rival on just 13. Nina Yamada for West Adelaide, putting another fantastic season in the books for her West Adelaide, who aim to go undefeated tonight. And so far, they're doing the job at home, 2-0 up against Campbelltown still. Adelaide City just dialing up the intensity a little bit here. Well, here's a interesting development at Service FM Stadium. Flinders United have managed to tie up with Metro United despite going 2-0 down by the 7th minute. They've scored in the 14th and the 21st. So Flinders United managing to reduce that 2-goal deficit despite being the, I guess, underdogs in that particular game. Unfortunately for Flinders United, even picking up 3 points won't earn them a finals berth. And meanwhile for Metro United, they are safe in that top 5 at the moment, won 27 points. With a win tonight, Metro United could get on equal terms with Salisbury Inter if they were to be denied the victory tonight. But unlikely. It seems that the top 4 will look like West Adelaide, Adelaide Comets, Salisbury Inter and Metro United. Still a question mark, though, on that 5th spot, that last finals qualification spot on the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia ladder. And another update, 30 minutes down now, West Torrens Bacalla still all tied up 0-0 with Adelaide Comets. Again, 1 point will not be enough they have to get goals. Sent in, it's initially looked to be a pretty decent kick from Selena Cravo, but ended up just curling a little bit wide. Gilchrist just under a little bit of pressure. Ipasu dispossessed. Well done to Abby Lucas, coming out to confidently claim it. Erin Hood, who didn't start last week, one of the players brought in tonight to possibly rest a couple of the other bodies for Salisbury Inter. Would have loved to have scooped that up and take full advantage of it. One of the starters in last year's grand final is what I was getting at was Erin Hood, and she scored 3 goals this year as well for Salisbury Inter, so not shy of finding the back of the net. Pasu didn't manage to get the clean ball to Atkins. Toland just trying to poke that through to Erin Hood. Pasu was looking for a target. No one there waiting for Adelaide City. And you do just get the feeling that Adelaide City are really suffering from a loss of confidence at the moment. It does seem like there's times where they're playing the ball forward and maybe the players don't quite have enough oomph to make their way to it. I mean, we know how their season is going to end in terms of ladder position, but it is always a little bit difficult to watch when players become disheartened a little bit once that body language shifts and they've got their head down, and you can see that that belief is lacking just a little bit. Still plenty of football to play tonight. It'll be considered a mini win if Adelaide City do manage to get a result. Well, they'll have to reduce this deficit first. 30 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Apex Steel, official naming rights partner of the Apex Steel WNPLSA. And it's just gone from bad to worse for Adelaide City. Seemingly an own goal. Just trying to see where the last touch came from. But it was a cross in and just a bad deflection in the end. Just means it's poked into the back of the net behind Abby Lucas. Just trying to get you a little bit of confirmation on who sent the ball in. Get you confirmation as soon as it comes available to me. I can tell you the deflection, unfortunately, came off Michaela Vidmar, so looks like she's the one that's unfortunately been credited with an own goal. I believe that cross came from Erin Hood, though. So despite that goal coming off an Adelaide City boot, Salisbury Inter just rewarded for their persistence. And I guess Adelaide City on the flip side punished for just being a little bit too sloppy at the back. Let's have a bit of a look elsewhere. West Adelaide still leading Campbelltown 2-0. Adelaide Uni still leading FSA 1-0. Flinders United still tied up with Metro United. And West Torrens Bacalla have gone down 1-0 against West Torrens Bacalla. So the team in the box seat for 5th spot on the ladder at the moment. Campbelltown City. They'll be hoping for both Adelaide Uni and Adelaide Comets to do them a solid and maybe put another goal or two past the other teams that are in contention, just to put things beyond doubt a little bit. You do get the sense for Adelaide Uni, although they lead, Football SA still the favourites in that fixture. They may be able to get themselves in front. A Football SA win corresponding to a loss for Campbelltown City will mean that Football SA leapfrog Campbelltown City into 5th spot.
Why are you waiting so long?
A little bit of frustration now from the Salisbury Inter bench. It does seem like they have become a little bit too relaxed at the back, possibly a little bit sloppy. Another ball sent in by Hood. Another chance. On this occasion, Sugihara denied. That final touch, not really convincing, and wasn't any trouble at all for Abby Lucas. Clearance just goes over Juma's head. And it was well dealt with by Hannah Freer. Salisbury Inter started this game really, really impressively. A nice fluid passing game, but they have taken their foot off the pedal a little bit, it seems. It's a nice little flick. The idea was there for Selena Cravo, but didn't find its way to Sugihara. And as we get a little bit closer to half-time, I would imagine that maybe we see some substitutions for Salisbury Inter. With 4 changes between this week and last, seems the priority tonight is just to give a couple of players some well-earned rest. Well, there's a bit of a lull in the action. Let's check in with some REA NPLSA action. And Campbelltown are flying away at Adelaide Croatia Raiders, leading 3-0 in the 66th minute. The goals coming from Marino in the 61st, the 55th minute, and there was another score in the 67th. So looks like that one has literally just happened. And Adelaide Croatia Raiders are the team that will have a bit of a relegation story to tell at the end of this season. I haven't had a look at the ladder, but I believe a loss tonight will all but seal their fate. In fact, let's check that ladder too, because we've got a little bit of a lull while Salisbury Inter get ready for that throw-in. Adelaide Croatia Raiders currently on 15 points at the bottom of the ladder. Mobbery Jets on 16 and Para Hills in 19th. So mathematically still possible for Adelaide Croatia Raiders to get out of the relegation zone. Actually, no, I'll correct myself on that. It won't be, because with a loss tonight, they could maybe jump into 11th spot, but that bottom 2 for the REA and PLSA is, well, they're both relegation spots. So with the loss tonight, Adelaide Croatia Raiders will seal their fate, which will be in the HPG Homes State League 1 next year. Mobbery Jets, the other team fighting for survival, as are Para Hills, who are just outside of that bottom 2 at the moment. Stern instructions coming from the bench too for Salisbury Inter at the moment. Started really strongly, but you certainly sense a little bit of a drop-off over the last 10 minutes or so. Ipasu Plays it back to her keeper in Abby Lucas. The sideline, the best option for her clearance there. And another goal elsewhere, 38th minute for West Adelaide, means they are now up 3-0 against Campbelltown City. So with that, the hopes of Campbelltown City lie with West Torrens Bacalla and Football SA if they're unsuccessful tonight. West Torrens Bacalla currently trailing Adelaide Comets, and FSA currently trailing Adelaide University. So in terms of a live ladder situation, Campbelltown City sitting pretty in 5th spot. Sugihara ends up with it once again, but ends up going out by Adelaide City feet. Cleared by Adelaide City, but again, looking just rushed. Vicky Juma fancied herself against Matilda Comley there, but once again, so confident. Well outside of goals is Comley. Atkins now with a nice ball to find Juma in the middle. The flag is down. Will she get the shot off? No, she won't. That last touch just a little bit too heavy to put into the hands of Matilda Comley, who was more than happy to receive that and give Salisbury Inter just that sense of safety to defend their 2-0 advantage. And that was a big opportunity for Adelaide City. I mentioned before how you get the feeling that confidence is just lacking for the moment. I think it's instances like that where belief is maybe the extra ingredient that means they can take advantage. But if you're going into a one-on-one situation against a competent keeper without belief, you don't have much shot. Here's a player that's got plenty of it. Sugihara manages to centre it. Still just clumsy at the back for Adelaide City, and Salisbury Inter unable to capitalise then. Although the visitors do come away with a corner kick. Cravo will send it in. There's a little bit of an interesting side plot between these two teams at the moment, with some former players of either side, but we'll talk more about that in the moment as this comes in off Cravo's right boot. Pasu gets the defensive head to it. And eventually it's cleared out of danger momentarily, but Forbes forced to make things just a little bit physical. And there we go again, just a bit of a clumsy clearance. Jasmine Stiles. Sugihara tried to get the foot to it. Still in a dangerous spot for Adelaide City though. Knox. She didn't manage to keep it in though. Goal kick for Adelaide City. "41 minutes gone now on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. SA Power Networks, empowering women's football, and the RAA, proud supporters of Football South Australia. Worth maybe touching on the Power Player of the Match, proudly supported by SA Power Networks, where we name a standout player in this game. Still a lot of football to be played, and there's a couple guns for Salisbury Inter on the bench. I think I'll elect not to speak too soon at this moment. There is a possibility that we may see Gabriella DeMarco come in the second half. and she is a former Adelaide City player. And she'll be able to come on and make a little bit of impact against her former side. But Adelaide City have a former Salisbury Inter player in their ranks. Jessica Signorello, currently sitting on the bench. She was a starter last week. Salisbury Inter came into this with a little bit of form, having beat Football SA 3-1 last week. Adelaide City, the opposite, that 2-1 loss against Campbelltown last week. Adelaide City's little moment of hope came when they scored an equaliser. But unfortunately, 68th minute is when Campbelltown responded after City's 76th minute goal. So just 1 minute separating those two goals, and just a little bit indicative of Adelaide City's season at the moment. Once they do get a little bit of a sniff of something, just denied, which is always hard to deal with. Which again, as I've gone back to a couple of times now, the confidence is the sort of thing that really affects it. Valeria Forbes is out front for Adelaide City, and she's battling. Three goals, Valeria Forbes, this season, and I think she was one of the standouts for Adelaide City last week. You do wonder, some of those standout players for Adelaide City, what shirts will they be wearing next year? Will they elect to go to different clubs to continue to play Women's National Premier League SA football? Done well to cut off that cross, Adelaide City. Atkins. Fleer flew in from behind to dispossess her, and Salisbury did get that shot off, but not successful. We're about to tick over to additional time. Trainer did come out once. There hasn't been any substitution, so I don't believe we'll see too much of it as Michaela Vidmar scrambles to get it back to Abby Lucas. Chooses Vidmar again. Vicky Jumas was advancing to try to receive it. Now Atkins doing some proactive pressing there. Salisbury Inter, though, still managed to hold on to it. There was a 5 or 10 minute period for Salisbury Inter where they were looking just a little bit more shaky compared to how they started, but it seems like they have wrestled back control a little bit, and most of their time over the last, say, 5 minutes was spent in their attacking third. Right up. Back to Comley. Sugihara's pointed for it, but she won't get to it in time to keep it in. Just over the 1 minute mark in this half. And it looks like halftime has been called at West Adelaide, where they've gone into the break leading 3-0 against Campbelltown. If we've got enough time to quickly check the other games, I'll do exactly that. Sugihara with a half attempt at a shot there. And Freer just trying to jostle for position against Chrissy Zikos. So the other two teams that we're watching at the moment, FSA against Adelaide Uni, and they still trail 1-0 down. And West Torrens Bacala, they also trail 1-0 at home against Adelaide Comet. So again, in a live ladder situation, Campbelltown in the box seat to claim 5th spot on the ladder. And there's been a goal in the REA NPLSA game happening tonight as well at Croatian Sports Centre. Donati and Niankuru getting one back for Raiders in the 76th minute. They're in the 78th minute at the moment. So Raiders trying to mounts a bit of a late charge to try protect their hopes of staying up. At the conclusion of this season, the whistle's now gone at Adelaide City Park, and the home side will go into the change rooms to gather their thoughts. It'll need to be a big half for Adelaide City to come out and wrestle back control of this game and close the deficit and maybe even win a lead. Certainly think that it's a big uphill battle for them. Salisbury Inter at times probably haven't looked as convincing as they'd maybe hoped to be, using their form in the first 15 minutes or so as a little bit of a gauge. But nonetheless, still well in control. You can see the stats on your screen now. Adelaide City, just one shot compared to Salisbury Inter's 6. We will go into a short break and we'll see you for the second half. Simon Jimenez on the call with you, and we'll chat again soon.
Imagine storing energy now and using it later. Travelling time zones without the dirty footprints. Imagine being remote but never far away, or having lights that safely guide you home. Imagine communities run by the sun, but did you know it's already begun? We're connecting South Australians to an energy future we can all be proud of. So imagine the power of possibility.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
What I'm excited about the most, how we can come together, learn about everybody, because we're not the same, but we're somehow the same.
The community came to government to express their concerns about young people. It is our role to listen and it's our role to act.
There's so many kids wanting to play the game from all walks of life.
African Youth Program was established to help Africans with sport, cultural identity, mentorship.
Having a program that's going to target the African children, given it's their sport of choice, presents a huge opportunity to link participation in football with education, which is a perfect thing.
I think the African Youth Program will be a very inclusive program with different teams, different schools coming to play with us.
It's like a very big opportunity to expand skills, knowledge, and in different areas of life.
Most of the kids will grow from this program to be able to become valuable, positive contributors in our society.
Like a voice to be spoken with and not being scared to show your skills.
This empowerment program has many different aspects to it, and of course sport is one of those, but it's actually really about finding your place in the world.
I think everybody's pushing in the one direction to make sure that we can make a real difference.
It's not just a game, it's a very passionate sport that millions of people around the world love to play. That's what football is.
Has a go. Oh, Lexi Knox! What a strike! Saw Lucas off the line, and that is a goal that is absolutely worthy of opening the scoring.
On the other end, can she do something here? Panicaris tries to get on TV, and Panicaris, she gets on the back of the net and gets her team the equaliser in her first game back into the LA Comets.
And a decent ball delivered in. Is bouncing about, finds the edge of the area. Here's Billy Scott! A lovely finish. Getting her 5th of the season.
Imagine storing energy now and using it later. Travelling time zones without the dirty footprints. Imagine being remote but never far away, or having lights that safely guide you home. Imagine communities run by the sun, but did you know it's already begun? We're connecting South Australians to an energy future we can all be proud of. So imagine the power of possibility. Imagine storing energy now and using it later. Travelling time zones without the dirty footprints. Imagine being remote but never far away, or having lights that safely guide you home. Imagine communities run by the sun, but did you know it's already begun? We're connecting South Australians to an energy future we can all be proud of. So imagine the power of possibility.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Hazelwood accelerates, still going, brings it back inboard. Pridham, Bouchereau, important foot. Pridham gets it back. Sasaki! Oh, great save, Goldsmith.
That's a second option. Blackett might just chip it over off the bar again, and then the finish. I'm not sure if it was off the post. No, it was a save from Karras once again.
Not a lot of support there, but she might have a shot from distance. It beats the Georgia Ionella. Chips over the top to Monique Rukiki. She's on side with Kiki. She's on 3 goals. And a fine stop by Abby Lucas.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Coles MiniRoos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
Ghana United is like home the football.
It's always been our goal to move into State League.
Here it's a very family culture. There's a sense of oneness between the Resies, 18s, seniors. Everyone just feels like brothers.
You know, it's like how they say, you train the way you play, but actually when you rock up game days, we actually play like our heart is the last thing that's left, you know what I mean?
I'm loving it. Really good culture, really good environment. It's going great so far in the preseason.
About culture, you know, we open the door, every culture comes to mix to us.
Ghana United will be a club that can play football, simple football, a good football, that we will be in the next couple of years moving to the NPL.
Very thrilled, very excited.
Expect to see some rainbow flicks. That's what makes us Ghana FC, man.
Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG.
Imagine storing energy now and using it later. Travelling time zones without the dirty footprints. Imagine being remote but never far away, or having lights that safely guide you home. Imagine communities run by the sun, but did you know it's already begun? We're connecting South Australians to an energy future we can all be proud of. So imagine the power of possibility.
Welcome back for the second half. Round 18 of Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia action from Adelaide City Park. The home side currently trailing Salisbury Inter, who lead 2-0. Less than a couple of minutes before we get the second half underway. The story of the first half was Salisbury Inter doing most of the attacking and looking really fluid and comfortable on the ball, especially in the first 25 minutes or so. They open the scoring, Salisbury Inter, in the 6th minute, thanks to Haruna Sugihara scoring her 9th goal for the season, tying up the race for top scorer of the season for Salisbury Inter. And then a own goal for Adelaide City meant that the scoreline will be 2-0 at the break. A couple of shakier moments for Salisbury Inter towards the later part of the first half. Given how strongly they started, there was a little bit of, I guess, instruction coming from the bench, just calling for a bit of a lift of quality. But they managed to wrestle back control a little bit towards the end. Salisbury Inter, no doubt they're set for a big second half. We may see some changes as well. There were 4 changes to the starting 11 for Salisbury Inter. They've got quality on the bench, and it seems like the MO, considering third position on the ladder, wasn't realistically up for grabs. Mathematically so, but would be difficult for them to be chased out of position given the goal difference. So some valuable rest ahead of finals time would be huge for Salisbury Inter. They came from 3rd spot on the ladder last year to become champions. Given that they will likely finish in 3rd spot this year, I'd love to win a 2nd and make sure 3's their lucky number. Their biggest finals time will, of course, be West Adelaide, the team they beat in the final last year, and the team that are wanting to emerge from this season with a perfect record. One change already that I can see for Adelaide City. Yasmina Kasumovic wearing the number 77 with a little bit of crowd support, which we love to see. It is a modest crowd at Adelaide City Park tonight, but considering all the other games happening, in fact, all 5 games in this competition are happening simultaneously for the last round. Not hugely surprising. The RAA NPLSA team will be back in action here tomorrow from 2:30, and I'll be back on the call for that, so tune in on FSA Leagues to keep me company. While we get ready for kick-off, if you love the game, why not study it? Flinders University now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology and social work, and more at its new city campus. Apply now for mid-year entry. Apex Steel, official naming rights partner of the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia. SA Power Networks, empowering women's football. And RAA, proud supporters of Football South Australia. After this game's conclusion, we'll name the Power Player of the Match, proudly supported by SA Power Networks, as we get things back underway. Salisbury Inter resuming things where they left it on the attack. But Adelaide City just with a little bit of a renewed sense of urgency off of the kickoff there. We'll do a check of the other games that are happening in just a moment. Of course, West Torrens Bacalla and FSA are the 2 sides that are chasing 5th spot in the ladder that Campbelltown currently sit in. So that's the major narrative for tonight. Of course, 5th spot being the final spot in the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia. Campbelltown currently trailing West Adelaide 3-0 down in the 49th minute. West Adelaide, of course, undefeated this season, looking absolutely impeccable, having sealed the league a couple of weeks ago now. Adelaide City being forced to defend once again. But the defence just looking a little bit better in the early stages. I mentioned multiple times in the first half, just a little bit of a lack of belief, seemingly. Maybe a shot to the confidence in terms of the body language of these players, but they've got a bit of a spring in their step now. Shot.
Put it away!
Not on target for Salisbury Inter. The Another chance now from the corner. Selena Cravo launching another one off the right boot, and it's going to land just on the edge of the 6-yard box. And Salisbury Inter will chase to try and make a second go of it. Another chance for a cross. Falls well. Well, the Inter players got a foot to it. Let's go back to that other games, which I promised to get you an update from. And NTC, FSA's NTC program currently trail Adelaide Uni still 1-0. West Torrens Bacalla trail Adelaide Comets. And this is interesting. Flinders United reduced the 2-goal deficit against Metro United to have things all tied up 2-2 at half-time. Had a bit of a peek at the ladder at half-time to see if there was anything compelling or any spots likely to change hands. Flinders United and Adelaide Uni currently in 8th and 9th, but Adelaide Uni with a win, although they will tie themselves up on points for Flinders United. If it's a loss for Flinders United, goal difference will still likely favour Flinders United. Chance here! And from straight in front, Marina Sugihara denied, thanks to Abby Lucas. A little bit of frustration from the fans. Was being served up on a platter for her on a couple of different instances in the last 5 minutes or so, but hasn't been able to capitalise. Of course, she's already got one to her name in the 6th minute, and at the moment she's tied equal top goal scorer for Salisbury Inter. Salisbury Inter bench just continuing to call for quality and concentration and just that fluid movement which we saw particularly straight after the first kick-off in this game. Adelaide City doing some pressing now. Forbes, that initial touch wasn't quite good enough to set up a potential shot for it. So last week, the Adelaide City press did set them up for a little bit of success at times. Probably just not consistent enough, though. Sugihara slots it through, finds a target. First touch, though, from Cravo, just not quite good enough to get it under control. As Lexi Knox just battles to keep it in, but he goes out. And that ball's gone out to no man's land, so one of the players on the sideline will get their first touch. Well, this is interesting. Adelaide Uni have got... Sorry, I'll correct myself against Adelaide Uni. FSA have got one back. Thanks to a 50th minute equaliser. So now FSA all locked up with Adelaide Uni. FSA currently on 21 points and 7th spot on the ladder. The draw will not be enough for them to climb into 5th spot on the ladder, but it is a bit of a platform for them to build and maybe take a lead, which will threaten. Here's a chance. Denied again, Salisbury Inter. And that additional intensity from Adelaide City on show again, just trying to force a little bit of urgency. Yasmina Kasumovic up front for Adelaide City, the half-time sub. Chance here. Juma. Ultimately, she had Matilda Comley in the way. So you do see moments where, when they apply the intensity, opportunities do open up for Adelaide City. Bravo with a little flick. Doesn't find its target, though. And another goal update from elsewhere. Metro United back in front against Flinders United. Away at Service FM Stadium, Metro United, they led 2-0 at one stage. Flinders United got back on equal terms, but now Metro United lead once again. And we've got changes here for Salisbury Inter. There will be 3 of them. As we said, 4 changes going into tonight. Players, first one going on, Emily Condon. Wearing the number 8, 26. Angela Mills is coming on as well. And the final player, I didn't catch, so I'm going to consult my replay. Zoe Jackson. Emily Condon played last week, played in last year's grand final. Zoe Jackson played in last year's grand final, was starter. Angela Mills did not play in that grand final, but she did play last week. She scored 2 goals last week in the 34th and the 45th minute. She's equal team top scorer on 9 goals, tied with Sugihara. What can she do here? And an early chance for Inter here. What can they do? Angela Mills springing straight into action. She tried to just play it back, hoping that there was a player there to receive it, but there was not. So you get the feeling that goals still to come tonight. Knox centres it. 54 minutes on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. The chances continue for Salisbury Inter, but not able to capitalise. You do sense a little bit of a spring in the step of Salisbury Inter since those 3 players came on. There's some involvement from Gabriella DeMarco, so there's another player that has come on while I wasn't concentrating. Wearing the number 14, Gabriella DeMarco, a former Adelaide City player. Joined Salisbury Inter this year. What can she do? She started last week. A bit of a rest in the first half. Fresh legs coming out for the second. Ali Atkins steps up for the free kick. Chances for Adelaide City, few and far between. What can she create from here? Shot comes off, but unfortunately, here's the side netting. Florence Russell. Two goals for her name this year, Florence Russell. She was on the bench last week. She did come off though, made an appearance. Of course, it was an earlier substitution than they would have liked for Adelaide City. Just 6 minutes in, they were forced into making their first sub. Kate Seaton forced to come off, and she was actually stretchered off, and we found out since then that it was due to an ACL injury, so happening at the end of the season. So I guess the upside won't miss a lot of football, but unfortunately she'll spend a lot of her summer recovering. Another chance for Salisbury Inter and another involvement for Angela Mills, who wants to add to her goal tally. Possession one again for Salisbury Inter. Still 3-0 up at home for West Adelaide. Still locked up. Adelaide Uni against FSA. West Torrens Bacala still trail 1-0. Here's another chance for Salisbury Inter, and with composure they slot it away. It's thanks to the sub, Angela Mills, wearing the number 26. In the 59th minute, she can put that to her name to put Salisbury Inter 3-0 up. Ten goals for the season for Angela Mills. So with that, she leads Haruna Sugihara once again. So double digits for the season. Meanwhile, there's a little bit of treatment happening on the field at the moment for Adelaide City's Bianca Gray. She's clutching her nose, so possibly just a bit of a blood nose. Painful on a cold night, but usually not too big a deal. Let's check in with the live ladder situation at the moment. Campbelltown City trailing West Adelaide, but fortunately still sitting in 5th spot on the ladder for the time being. Football SA all locked up with Adelaide Uni and currently 1-1, so 1 point won't worry Campbelltown City. However, just opened up the scores to find a little bit of a surprise. West Torrens Bacala have scored a goal to put themselves on equal terms with Adelaide Comets. So 1-1 in the 57th minute at Jack Smith Park. Now, one goal won't be enough for West Torrens Bacala. Sorry, 1 goal. 1 point won't be enough for West Torrens Bacala. But a win will be sufficient to climb the ladder into 5th place. The goal difference just a little bit too steep for them to overcome. Another chance for Salisbury Inter here. And another defensive fumble means yet another goal for Salisbury Inter. And the scoreline stretches now 4-0. And it's thanks to Angela Mills yet again. 60th minute goal means her 4th goal in the last 2 matches. Means her season total rises to 11. So with that, just adds a little bit of extra sting to the end of the season. That overall just been very disappointing for Adelaide City. Substitution for Salisbury Inter here. Charlotte King making her way on. 5th substitution. Angela King not content with just 2. She wants a hat-trick. And you sense with the form that she's got, she may be in contention for it. Erin Hood coming off to make way for Charlotte King. Not a bad showing from Hood. But so far, what an impact Angela Mills has had after coming on. Rare that you get a substitution in the second half, be in contention for a standout player, but she may very well have her name read after 90 minutes for the power play of the match, proudly supported by SA Power Networks. Adelaide City trying to build a bit of an attack.
Hey girls, when the thing's on the board, pass selection. Now's the time to get it right. Just a little bit of maturity.
Campbelltown still trailing 3-0 away. All tied up once again for Flinders against Metro United. What a fascinating game that's been. Back and forth. All tied up at Jack Smith Park and all tied up at Adelaide University and FSA. So let's go back to the live ladder, which I know they're going back and forth a lot tonight. 1 point each for West Torrens Bacala and Football SA. Will not result in them climbing the ladder into 5th spot. But a late winner in the second half absolutely will. Call for calm coming from the Salisbury Inter bench. Atkins tried to find Forbes as a short option.
Easy, small, good, small, better.
Captain Bianca Gray intercepts, but spills possession once again. To Marco. Finds Styles.
Get him again, Jax, you're not out the game yet.
Hannah Freer. To Matilda Comley. Well advanced out of goal. Ryder. And here's a run for Salisbury Inter. There were 2 green shirts going for it. And it's launched from distance by Lexi Knox. She was in a bit of a foot race with Charlotte King.
Get the wing back in the game, get out of it.
And one of her opposite shirts. Corner here. To go the way of Salisbury Inter, although they don't seem to be in a huge hurry to claim it. Still plenty of time to play out in this game despite the scoreline. And another one. Score tally does increase for Salisbury Inter, and that one seemingly just came out of nowhere. Just looking back at the replay. Judging by the gloves, I believe that was Jasmine Styles that managed to get that one. I can confirm Jasmine Styles in the 67th minute. So 5 goals, the advantage for Salisbury Inter now. And you suspect it's going to be an uncomfortable vibe in the Adelaide City change rooms upon completion of this game. I mean, they've known for a couple of weeks about the relegation, and they would have suspected it long before then. There has been some rumours floating around that there may be an Apex Steel WNPLSA promotion. From what I've heard through official channels, that's nothing more than a rumour. So certainly not something that Adelaide City can hinge their hopes on. But ultimately, the performance just not good enough this season. Either way, there will be a bit of a rebuild ahead of them. There'll be players that aren't happy with their season. And when a team is relegated, you do see some of the more quality players jump ship to continue to play football at the highest possible level. What can Salisbury Inter do here? Managed to keep possession and get the cross off, but doesn't find its target. And it's another rush clearance. Forbes intercepts. Despite the landscape of the game in this season for Adelaide City, Forbes is one player that she's just had her head down all night and just trying to put forth an effort. Score check time. 3 draws on our hands as it stands at the moment. Adelaide Uni tied up with FSA. Flinders United tied up with Metro United. I'm going to come back to that though, because here's a chance. Shot was on. Curled in off the foot of Florence Russell off her left, but didn't trouble Matilda Comley in the end. Now let's finish those results. All tied up as well at Jack Smith Park, where West Torrens Bacalla are hosting Adelaide Comets. Thanks to a 57th minute goal from West Torrens Bacalla. So, West Adelaide still leading 3-0 in their game against Campbelltown. So again, going back to the ladder, Campbelltown looks like, at the moment, like they'll keep that 5th spot on the ladder, that all-important last final spot. Angela Mills picking up possession high once again. She's already got a brace. How good would it be for her to seal the regular season with a hat-trick and bring her total goals this season for her team to 12? Elect to keep the corner short. And another would-be chance for Mills at the front post. Just about found that little gap of space there. So naturally she's claimed that front post again, even leaning against it. She said, no one's taking this front post but me. Charlotte King didn't quite seem prepared for that ball. It landed at her feet, but not able to produce anything from it. Epasu links up with Russell. Kasimovic was calling for it and almost made it to a wide deflection, but ultimately it'll be Comley that does the mopping up for Salisbury Inter. Styles, the most recent goal scorer, and another chance here. Abby Lucas does superbly to come off her line to beat the player to it.
Rondo's to get out. Rondo's to get out. Good.
It's Marco. Back to Styles. Looking composed in the middle of the sheet. Finds Toland.
Excellent, Lexi.
Not Lexi Knox.
Get on, Zoe, you were right. Touch play.
And now Salisbury Inter moving the ball with the fluidity that they started this game with. Mills again with another chance, but Ipasu comes in confidently defending to deny it. And Mills seems to be marching over to that front post where she almost found success just a couple of minutes ago. Ipasu's got the task on her again. But I'm a little bit surprised that there is an Adelaide City defender just trying to get between her and the post.
Deliver.
Nice ball in. Couple of touches for Salisbury Inter in the 18-yard box. Maybe feeling a little bit too good about themselves. Not quite enough conviction on either one of those touches. But nonetheless, with a 5-0 scoreline as we stand at the moment, things looking very bright for Salisbury Inter. To go back to a point made earlier, third position is where they finished the ladder at the end of last year. And they went on to win the grand final. Third position is where they'll likely finish the game tonight. Will it be lucky number 3 for them? Three points will still put Salisbury into shy of... Start that again. 3 points will still keep Salisbury into shy of Adelaide Comets, who lead them in second spot by 4 points. So goal difference won't do too much for them, except just make it a harder task for Metro United to catch them. However, that was already a bit of a steep task for them and unlikely in practice. No score updates from elsewhere since last check, but maybe we'll have an update in a moment here. That delivery didn't manage to find its intended target. Not out of danger though, Adelaide City. As Adelaide City elect to play it all the way back to their keeper in Abby Lucas.
Sort it out with them easy thing you can do. Small passes, good.
Salisbury intervention now just calling for calmness, short passes and just taking things easy.
Zoe J, we've got a line and she runs beyond you, leave it. If she goes beyond you, let her run. As long as you're the last one in that line. You can go on her shoulder. Please, Zoe, you can go on her shoulder. We're good.
Just another update from elsewhere tonight. Campbelltown securing that 3-1 win away against Adelaide Croatia Raiders. A 51st and 61st minute goal from Mark Marino, followed by 67th from Nicholas Graves. Niankuru replied for Adelaide Croatia Raiders in the 76th, but not enough to salvage anything from it for Adelaide Croatia Raiders. These shaky moments just continue, and it's almost a little bit surprising that Salisbury Inter haven't been able to put even more away. Now, some changes for Adelaide City. In fact, they'll make 3 substitutions. Brooke Gilchrist to come off. Vicky Juma. Senglin Set comes on, as does Natalie Francis.
Hey girls, the challenge is, can we do it everything better.
There was one other substitution they didn't quite catch, but it'll come up on your screen in just a moment. Merveille Passu coming off. We've got a third player that's come on somewhere on the park there. Unfortunately, it will likely be too late to salvage anything for Adelaide City. Well, 78th minute goal elsewhere. Adelaide Uni putting themselves 2-1 up against FSA. That makes FSA's job even harder to try and climb the ladder. And at Jack Smith Park, West Torrens Bacalla still 1-1 with Adelaide Comets. A draw will not be enough for them to make finals. Despite Campbelltown still trailing 3-0 at West Adelaide. So that perfect season, no losses for West Adelaide, inching closer and closer. Another chance on here for Salisbury Inter. Goes over the sideline though.
Standards drop. Do not let them drop. You hit target.
82 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Shot from well outside. Well, it was an ambitious one, but worth giving it a go.
Tuck in, Ange, tuck in.
Jasmine Stiles having already got one to her name in the 67th minute. Fancied her shot from range. Mills still sitting on her brace.
Don't let her get the pass away, Beck.
Would love to get a third, make it a hat-trick tonight. Here's a chance for Inter to do something. Mills cops a little bit of a bump. She had hands raised, trying to claim something. Play continues. Lexi Knox
Lexi, come on!
didn't really take the time to look or pick out a target there.
Get in the box, Ed, get in the box! That's a lovely ball. Someone's got to score, surely. Come on.
You might have caught that on the ground microphone. Salisbury Inter bench expected to put something like that away. Just goes by the wayside. You do feel like Salisbury Inter maybe think that the job is done here. And given the scoreline at the moment, possibly so. Late opportunity mounting here for Adelaide City. Just about found its target in the middle. Yasmina Kasimovic wasn't able to get to it.
Unless the halfway line's moved.
And another ball forward for Adelaide City. There's a couple of options in the middle. Present. Salisbury Inter defend well on that occasion. Comley capable once again. She hasn't been challenged a great deal tonight, but whenever she has some involvement, she's just looked commanding for Salisbury Inter. Another chance for Inter at the other end. Picks out Mills. She gets the shot off. Spider spill. Abby Lucas denies. Just watching the clock tick down in some of the other games at the moment.
Got to be better, Lexi. It's got to be better. You hit targets. It's a 10-metre pass.
West Adelaide, Campbelltown, where Campbelltown are trailing, are up to the 86th minute. West Torrens, Bacalla and Comets. West Torrens, Bacalla still tied up with Comets. 1 point won't be enough for West Torrens, Bacalla, but Campbelltown City, once the final whistle goes there, they'll have a bit of a nervous wait. Watching the last couple minutes in that game, as there's another chance here for Salisbury Inter. Just prolonging this punishment of Adelaide City. Going back to the earlier point, it'll be a nervous final few minutes after Campbelltown's game finishes. Watching, wondering if West Torrens Bacalla will be able to get their nose in front at home. Meanwhile, corner at Adelaide City Park here. That's a nice shot from outside, and what an effort that was. (6-0) in the 85th minute for Salisbury Inter. Loose player on the edge of the 18-yard box. It was Gabriella DeMarco. 85th minute against her former side. Manages to put it away. And stunning at this point of the game that despite how many missed opportunities that Salisbury Inter have had, they still lead 6-0. I mean, they've looked so convincing as the better side tonight.
One go, one drop in behind, please.
5 different goal scorers.
Pass away. Good. Good, Jay. Close, close.
I believe, just looking at the scorers there on your screen, I may have credited Angela Mills with an extra one there. So apologies to Erin Hood, who's since come off. She actually got an early one that I credited elsewhere.
No, don't run away, Jay. Don't run away. Yes.
Power player of the match will, of course, be named at conclusion. Power player of the match proudly supported by SA Power Networks for the standout player in this fixture tonight. And you dare say that Power Player of the Match title will belong to one of the Salisbury Inter players.
Hey, concentrate. Keep it organised there, Stan. You're not going to get half an hour. No, get out. Spaces. There it is.
Who are the players that we've got to choose from? Angela Mills with a goal to her name. Sugihara, one to her name. Erin Hood has managed to get a goal tonight. Jasmine Stiles and Gabriella DeMarco.
Out we go, Lex. Out
got to say, I was pretty impressed with that last goal.
Other side, other side.
Gabriella DeMarco might even have put her nose in front just for the sheer quality of that one. Then again, Matua Comley's been solid all night. Hasn't been forced to do a lot of shot stopping, but just very commanding. It's led from the back. What can Salisbury Inter create here? Charlotte King. She's got a couple of possible targets in the middle. She gets the cross off. Finds the head of Angela Mills, although she doesn't manage to get it past an outstretched Abby Lucas. Going back to the power player of the match, things certainly seemed to lift once Angela Mills came on the field as well. I believe she scored the third goal, and that's when the floodgates really opened. Well, full time is about to be called at West Adelaide, and West Adelaide looks like they'll keep their 3-0 win, which means Campbelltown's fate will lie in the hands of West Torrens Pacalla and Adelaide Uni. But unfortunately for West Torrens Pacalla, they've gone down against Adelaide Comets, so West Torrens Pacalla now trailing Comets 2-1 at home. So with 3 points, their only path to the top 5 looks like a mountain to climb for them. Get another opportunity for Salisbury Inter. Charlotte King advancing again. She's got the footwork to control. Zoe Toland elects to play it back. Finds Lexi Knox. It's under a little bit of pressure. Beats the player. Toland as a short option. Elects to play a long ball in. Gabriella DeMarco. Played it. The ball was in front of a couple of strikers, but decided not to chase.
Can't get the pass away, Jazz. Easy. Thank you. Easy. Time to wake up.
Cross just blocked off. Be yet another corner kick, though, for Salisbury Inter. I'll be interested to see those stats at the conclusion of this game. Conclusion of game not far away as we are in additional time. I don't expect there to be a great deal of it. While we've got time, we'll quickly recap the other game. So West Adelaide took their 3-0 lead all the way to full time. Adelaide Uni, they still lead 2-1 against FSA. They're over 90 minutes at the moment. All locked up in the 88th minute between Flinders United and Metro United. And in the 90th plus minute, West Torrens Pacalla trail. And that looked like not a bad corner from where we're sitting, but ended up over the top netting. So Campbelltown City will now be nervously watching the result from Jack Smith Park, West Torrens Pacalla and Adelaide Comets. Meanwhile, the final whistle goes here at Adelaide City Park, and a little bit unceremonious, to be perfectly honest. It's a big result for Salisbury Inter, taking 6-0 all the way to full time. But for Adelaide City, although confirmation they got a couple of weeks ago, now we can officially bookend season 2025 for them as they get ready to spend next season in the Apex Steel Women's State League. The goal scorers, Sugihara in the 6th minute, Box in the 31st, Mills in the 59th, Hood in the 61st, Styles in the 67th, and DeMarco against a former side in the 85th. Georgia Box was credited with the second goal, which initially looked like it may have been an own goal for Adelaide City. So, Salisbury Inter, they'll hold on to 3rd spot on the ladder. Adelaide City, as we knew before things got underway tonight, relegation is how their season will end. Let's talk quickly about the power player of the match, proudly supported by SA Power Networks. I'm going to have to give that to Angela Mills. Scored in the 58th minute. That was their 3rd goal, put them up 3-0. But the huge charge that we saw late, you definitely got the sense that it was with her substitution that they just had the confidence. And that's when Salisbury Inter were really able to finish steamrolling across the struggling Adelaide City. Simon Jimenez getting ready to sign off, but before I do, let's have a look at those stats. 24 shots for Salisbury Inter compared to Adelaide City's 4. 16 on target for Inter compared to Adelaide City's 3. 8 corners for Salisbury Inter, none for Adelaide City throughout the course of this match. So the stats say it all, the scoreline says it all. So with that, I'll say good night from Adelaide City Park, and we'll catch you here again tomorrow in the RE18 National Premier League South Australia Men's, Adelaide City versus Adelaide United. We'll catch you then.